Hi everyone, how are you? How was your day? It was Sunday. Um, I just uploaded the video I recorded yesterday, and the on the on the description part, I just said this is the only reason I didn't go to sleep directly after coming back to home. Today, we went to hiking, and then went to have some dinner and shopping the groceries. Oh my god, so fucking tired. I just lost all my patience. Um, the only thing I back to home, actually, I was really want to just go to bed directly, but I didn't because I can't. I need to do the 1 hour recording. So actually, I was planning maybe I could just do the 1 hour recording first. At that time, I still have energy. Uh, it almost around 7:30. So if I can just do 1 hour and then after that go to bed, right? But I delayed. After I took a shower and I feel, I got some energy and I felt a bit hungry. So I could play the phone. Anyway, my phone only 10% left. iPhone is really a good quality, even just the battery. So even just 10%, how long it lasts? 1.5 hour. It still lasted 1.5 hour. Just playing to watch the short clips, the movie clips. Yeah, still lasted for 1.5 hour. So after the phone died and I come back to do the recording. Oh my god, after just play the phone, I feel so tired of my neck shoulders. This is not good habit. This is not good habit, definitely. Don't do like this. Don't be obsessed with your phone. So up here, I didn't go to sleep directly. Um, Today I just watched another video regarding the actively listening. So that I think his professor. Anyway, the lecturer, he said that there are three common problems for people. The three common problems almost happens to everyone. And the first is what a word. It's not a common word, so I can't remember it actually. The first problem is seduce listening. Seduce means false, fake. So it's like you pretend you're listening, you're not really listening. And he also gives some examples, three examples that how the people will look like, uh, and you can tell if they are listening or not. So this is a common one. I know that this one happened to me, especially when I listen the long speech or long conversation. I'll be like this, very blank out actually. Mind what they said. He said it's kind of he used a word very interesting. Say the people they like kind of they're sitting here, but their soul suction to go somewhere already. Yeah, so the first common problem is subdued listening, and second, which means the false listen, pretend to listen, but actually has not listened. And second is selective listening. Selective listening is more like being distractions or just choose the one he's interested in, and then miss some part or ignore some parts in the listening. This part also happened to me. Anyway, I know. And the third problem is critical listening. It's not just critical, actually it's criticize, and it's also happened to me too. uh, so that's why that's why I don't have a good I'm not a good listening. Sorry. That's why I'm not a good listener, and it really cause a lot of problems during a conversation, especially the English conversation, which is not my first language. So especially now, if I want to go to office or go to a level that's a little bit require um, a bit higher level of language and conversations, then uh, it's a very big challenge for me actually. And I think the main reason is still about the beginning and the root problem for my conversation, my communication problem is still the listening part. Firstly, I'm not a good listener, and so like what the three problems it mentioned, I got three of them. It sometimes happened to me. Just a different situation, then got different problems. So yeah, I watched that part, and then that lecturer also gave some solutions. Like he mentioned the six solutions, but I haven't finished the watching yet. So I just got five solutions. And the first one is quite common for us. Like you need to be awareness. You need to be aware that you are not actively listening. That you need to tell yourself you should aware that. You should be aware that. Firstly, aware your problem. And I gave a very good example. Like if your friends they got the problems with like uh, get a habit to just bite their nails. My partner, he often does. I think he also has this kind of bad habit. So every time when I see he just bite his nails, like coincidentally, just slap his hand directly. It's very weird that sometimes he even chewed his nails and it got the sound. Got my goosebump. So I mentioned that when uh, for example, if you are a nail biter, so when you realize that, because mostly they didn't realize they are doing they are biting their nails, so the first step you need to do is being aware that you are biting. If you are aware that, and then stop, right? So this is a very good example, and this is also what I'm doing now. Be aware of what happens in the conversation, especially if I have any communications with others. But it's very difficult. You can be aware that when you are in the conversation, because in the conversation mostly you are thinking about the talking, right? Like the interaction. So currently for me, I can notice that only after the conversations. Um, I also take some notes after the conversations if I realize I have the problems that happen again. For example, like last time uh, when I had the colleague party, like the workplace party, and then there was a lady who talked with me, and that guy talked with me, and she's from America, but I think she didn't have much no accent. She's American already. Anyway, she has very standard English speaking, right? So when she talked with me, um, she her speed, her speaking speed was good, not difficult to catch up. Um, but there were some words that when she was speaking that I wasn't really understanding. So right now for me, the first thing I need to try to catch up is If I don't understand what others saying, I will let them know and ask them to repeat. So this is a really good one, and I'm trying to do that because I had a very bad habit before that. I just pretended that I knew. Actually, I didn't really understand. So that was really a bad habit. So that's what I'm also. That was one part that I'm working on now, and it's also an easy part to follow up every time. Uh, to integrate with the conversations. So at that time, when she says something that I don't understand, I didn't understand, and I asked him that I'm sorry, I didn't get it, and then she would repeat, right? But another problem happens is, when she was the one who spoke a lot, said a lot, and dominate the conversation. If she was keep saying something and I really didn't understand, and I was keep asking, sorry, I didn't get it, sorry, I didn't get it, it would be very annoying, right? So that was my another concerning. So I didn't after I said once or twice, if I still found something that I didn't get it, I didn't ask, because it was a very casual conversation, not a very serious stuff. So if she mentioned something and I think, okay, it's kind of like that meanings, then I just talk like that way. Or if I not really understand, I just use some casual words. Yeah, that's okay, that's good, like this kind of the very neutral words to answer. So for this part, I just want to say that be awareness. That's really good. It's a really good solution. If you awareness, then um, after after a while, then you will firstly you will get rid of your bad habits, and then it also will be easier for you um, to engage in more the good habits in. So the first one, be awareness. Another solution, he mentioned that be physically and mentally prepared to listen. It was quite true. So that's why, the mistakes I often made happens in the afternoon. Uh, in the morning, I'm a morning person, so in the morning I'm always more energetic and concentrate on what I'm doing. Even the conversation is also much easier for me in the morning. But since afternoon, to be honest, it's quite challenging time. Sometimes I also need to uh, borrow borrow coffee, a cup of coffee um, to improve my energy in the afternoon, to get myself like be more um, energetic and not too down or not too sleepy as well. So like what they said, like sometimes it also reminded me my last job that I got fired, and because my very poor communication skill, um, my phone communication skill. Um, I think that part, the problems also was affected a lot by my sleep, because in that job I only worked 2 weeks, and those 2 weeks, to be honest, there was no night I really could sleep well. Almost every night I just was so stressful, and my mind or my dreams also were stressful. I was thinking about what happened today, uh, what I supposed to do better, um, or what kind of mistakes what kind of mistakes I made. How should I do tomorrow? Prepare well for tomorrow. So just too stressful. So those 2 weeks I didn't sleep well. So on a day, every day I need to have a cup of coffee. And just with the face-to-face general talking with the colleagues or the customers, it looked fine, not very good, but just fine. But especially on the phone call, I also was panic as well, and then physically not ready, and then the panic also caused the mentally not ready, so it was very easy for me to make troubles, right? Um, but even though I realized that it was still very difficult to solve that problems. I think it's just I still wasn't confident with what I had at that time. Like that job, yes, I knew I can be eligible for it, but at the same time, I also had pressure that I really want to do it good, and it's also new, and there was kind of everything that I want. The work relationship and the customers, everything looks so easy and it looks good for me that I want to hold it. So when you want to hold something too tight, then it will be like this. It will just go through from your too tight worm, just go through from the gap. And when you suddenly open it, you found nothing. And it just takes time. Even right now, I can't say that current job is okay that I don't have such pressure like what I had before. Is mainly is because the job satisfaction, like the salary, workplace, job position, our responsibilities also was a bit lower level than the last one. So the current one, it just takes time. Current job like the dental assist, not really dental, it's just like work in the dental clinic. It was more like the practical stuff, and what they say that they call this kind of the ability requirement. They call it hard scale that just takes time and you can get it. But for the previous one, it's more like the soft skills that the expansion, the scale expansion is quite like sponge. It could be small, it could be very big. Anyway, so yeah, I know that the physical and the mental prepared to listen, that was quite good, but it's also kind of difficult to do. Uh, so many is like a way everyone we should be confident with ourselves. So when we have any conversations with others, we could have a more clear mind, um, not affected by our emotions. That's also what I need to work on with as well. So the third solution they said is set a goal. So that's the goal. They just ask you to set a goal is 100% listening. That what you listened. Like if I have a conversation with you, I need to put my 100% effort to listen and to interact with you. Just 50%, 80%, no, that's not enough. You must put 100% your effort. So what he mentioned is if you give yourself 100% the requirement, it's like what I also realized. If you just give your higher goal, and then even though when it go to the end, you might not get that goal directly, but at least you can get 80%, right? Still, there's a lot improvement. It's just one I got a very I quite agree with this. That's why also I set my business goal set much higher than before. I had such experience which helped me a lot with this kind of solution. When I took the PT exam, at the beginning, the first exam I did, I just set the goal as what my visa required. So at that time, they required PTE 65 for each category. So I also set that's kind of as my goal. So I didn't, when I do the test, everything just close to that and almost over that score, then that's fine. I just leave it. And then the result was there was always have one listening uh, or speaking part were just one or two scores that didn't achieve 65. I remember the first time and the second time I took. One time it's listening, it was 63. Another is 62, or maybe it's speaking. So you can say how close it is, right? But the problem is whatever the close it is, it just didn't get that your the requirement. It's just you didn't get it, and then if you didn't get it, you don't have any choice. You just need to redo again. You need to just take the test again. So the third time I joined. The second time, if I joined the second time or third time, I almost forgot, to be honest. I think it was I really can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter the second time or the third time that I achieved my goal. What matters is the last time I took the PT test, I set my goal 79 scores. Average, not average, it's like every category I set a goal 79, 80, 79 to 80 scores rather than just 65. So even though on the daily practice, I also just do it as 79 scores, the requirement to do it, that kind of standard to do it. So as a result, I achieved the average over 79, around 78 or 79, and my every category also definitely over 65, and of them also over 70. Some over 79, and only one or two close to 75. It was quite beyond my original standard requirement 65, right? And that was really a good experience for me. So this time, I didn't really set any goal for my business, but this year, since I at the beginning I was setting like 1 million for the business, but then after just a coincidence I got that memory again. Maybe I think I read some news or watch some videos, so it reminded me about that solution. So this time I set my business goal 2 millions. Not just this year, 2 millions in few years. So I want to say if I can achieve it, like this is the same. Like if you can set you will devote 100% effort into the conversation, then you will also at least get 80%, right? Or you just set a goal that I will listen the lecture 100%. I want to know 100% of the content. Then at least you can get 80%. So another is about sit front and center because he's a lecturer. So what he was talking more is related to the students. So he gave the solutions because when the students they listen the lecture, they also will be very easy get distraction. So if you want to be actively listening in the lecture, there is good way to sit front and center. Then you kind of like force yourself to get attention from the lecture, and also get less distraction from the surroundings. And then the fifth solution he gave is practice. And this practice he mentioned is dictation. Um, yes, I did a little bit. I gave 5 sentences. The 5 sentences he would like us to 100% to write down, same as what the speaker said. So this dictation exercise actually is like I give you 5 sentences, and then I will say the first sentence first, and you can't when I say it, when I'm speaking, you can't take notes. You only can take notes after I finish my sentences, and it's better for you. The best, definitely the better. It's better for you to write down the sentences 100% as what I same as what I just said. And he said 5 sentences. The 5 sentences is from easy to difficult level. To be honest, I don't think that part is it's it's just this kind of dictation exercise is just good for you to improve one listening skills. That is what's that one? Because I also learned another about activity listening in the e-learning, which is a course in the LinkedIn. So they mentioned activity listening, and they mentioned a few, 4 or 5. They mentioned 5 parts, 5 skills, and you can improve your skills and improve your skills through practice, through some practices, and to improve them. So so that's why I said dictation just one skill of it. It can't be used for every conversation. So right now I'm just trying to find. Yes, so the dictation is more suitable for the record skill, because sometimes when someone talk with you, when they say something that you at that time you can't take the notes directly, right? But you need to when you but if you need, you need to like just some conversations that you need to get the details, especially about the specific details. So for this part is also required the activity listening. You need to understand what kind of information you need to have, and then if you need specific details, then you need to recall what the people just said regarding some details. So this practice dictation practice is a very good practice for this skill recall. And in the e-learning course and for the record, they also give an example, given practice example, that you could listen the weather forecasts without watch, and after the weather forecast video, then you could just write down the following 1 or 2 weeks of weather and see if it's correct. So this is a good way to record those specific details. But this is also a bit different. Is for that one, that practice dictation and 100% same as the content, same as what the speaker said. So this is more like to trigger you to just practice. You can be concentrated on the conversation. I think the practicing goal is different. And what's the sixth one? I haven't finished the video, so I don't know at the moment. But I really like that one, the actively listen, the e-learning course in LinkedIn. So I also paid for 1 year already, because there are so many good courses that you could take, and they are really, really very useful. But any useful information, the most important, one of the most important part is you can keep practicing. If you just practice a little bit and then leave it, it would be very difficult for us to really get the progress. Yeah, so this is about actively listening. Another thing, because it mentioned my last job, dismissal job, today when I went to the shopping grocery, and when I went to the shopping mall, which also was close to my previous workplace, those feelings, those very bad feelings, they just come again. And I was thinking, oh my god, I really need to move this place. I need to move to another place. I don't want to come here anymore. I still got the bad emotions every time when I was just around that place. But the funny thing is, after, because it was my first time that I got fired, and after that, when I talked with others regarding the jobs, and I found it seemed that most people got fired before. Almost, on average, almost at least one, no, should be three or five, of three or five, 5. You will say 3 in 5 people they may get fired, or they may have the dismissal experience. But till right now, any information I got regarding this part, till right now there was no any good feedback. Most of them were, experience a very bad effects from that. Even myself, right now, it's still really bad experience. And another thing I want to talk today is about the sports. Today we went to hiking, right? When you go hiking, the mountain is different. The mountain design and the walking trail, the walking track is different too. So maybe some track they just are very plain, not that kind of plain like on the big road, but I was a plain, small, narrow road, sandy road, without much the steps. So I also did this kind of hiking before, and I found it was so easy. Just like generally you're walking on the street, so I can walk over several hours. But if I go to the track that with the steps that you need to go, climb the steps, then that would be a difficult part. Then I also will feel very easily to feel that tired. So like today when I went hiking, which had the steps, and just for few minutes, then I felt tired. Just felt my legs. My God, they were so heavy, and they just can't walk to the steps. And it just reminded me that I didn't have such feelings when I was walking on the plain roads. And it's true. and it's also reminding me the exercise I did before. Um, even though I went to gym before and did the exercise a lot, but when I just do the climbing steps climbing, I still felt difficulty. Not easy, not a very chill, relaxing, easy exercise. Still was a bit challenge exercise. Um, so I think it's because when you do the exercise, when you're working on different part of your body, just for example, when you worked a lot on the many people said a woman they like go shopping and they can trial and working for all the day and they still they don't feel any the tired after the shopping, right? But if you ask them to just do like exercise, just running or any other exercise in the gym, then it'll be totally different results. And you will think, oh, how could it be? They can go shopping, walking all the day, and didn't feel tired. But just a little bit exercise, a little bit running, and they just can't make it. So that's it, the same. In my opinion, um, when you do different exercise, when you do the sports, different sports, your muscle involving is different. So it also get trained different. Um, and the muscle involve part different, right? So the part it involved and did a lot, it will get easily. But when those new exercise that you didn't, if you didn't, um, how could I say? Maybe just give very simple. Just give an example. If I do the plank every day, um, so after several days, maybe I can do 5 minutes plank, which I did before, or I can do like 10 minutes. It doesn't matter because I'm doing it every day, the same exercise. Definitely, I can do it better and stay longer. But the same thing, even though after I can do 10 minutes, 30 minutes plank, that doesn't mean that go hiking or just running they will be easy for me. No, it's different. It's just through the exercise, through the training, the plank, that part which involve a lot regarding the core, that muscle would be stronger. But my other muscles, like the neck, shoulder, legs, that's still weak. That didn't change much. So if I even go running, if in general I just can run 10 minutes, 15 minutes, after I can do the 20 minutes plank, I still can only run in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I can't suddenly run over 1 or 2 hours. It would be another level for me. So the different exercise just let your muscle involve different muscles involving. So that's why that's why in my jiu-jitsu class, many people, especially male, they sweat a lot on the class when we were rolling. Okay, anyway, this is not a good example anyway. And if you ask them to regarding about to do the other skill like just running circle, several circles, still have many people they can't do it. If you ask them to if you ask them to do the rolling for 1 hour, they can do. But if you ask them to go running for 1 hour, they can't do it because it's different exercise. But if they just keep running every day for 1 hour, it's still easy for them to do the running. Okay, let's finish the movie part. Where we watched last time. Okay, last time I think we went to the second part. We finished the second part. That the boat was destroyed and everyone was forced to go to the forest. And the captain and his dog also was died. And there was a python was dead too. By the way, there was a little detail. No, it's a clue. There was a clue when the boat was destroying, which is the main character, Lan Lan. She has a pet. It's a little snake without poison, and when the boat was on fire and she back to the boat, the room, she was really willing to get her pet out of the fire, but he didn't say, and he just missed to he just can't save her because the boat also was on fire. She was in danger, so her friends just dragged him, jumped to the river, so she didn't get a chance to save her snake. So at that time we kind of like we don't know where's the snake, if it survive or not. Then this is a big clue in the future, in the near to the ending. You will see that snake will save her later. Okay. The Wi-Fi. That's a very annoying thing. Every time when I open my computer again, I need to restart the Wi-Fi. I don't know. It didn't happen like this before. When I was in TAS, every time when I turn off my computer and when I just open the game, not really the restart, just like close my computer, and then when I open it, my computer still works, especially the Wi-Fi still works very well. But here I don't know, every time I need to manually turn off the Wi-Fi and then turn on the Wi-Fi again. It was quite annoying sometimes. By the way, we went to the restaurant today after after back from the hiking. It was not really like hiking. It was just a very small walking. It said 35 minutes walking, but took us at least 1 hour to the lookout, and then just stay in the top of the mount. Just stay in the lookout and enjoy the breeze, see the city, just enjoy the outdoor air. So when the restaurant we went, it was a nice one. We had one beer and a chip, a bowl of chips, and another plate. It was quite good actually. The food was nice. and total price is also acceptable, affordable. I can't say, so I can't find out what the name. The restaurant name is what was the name? Let's see, Rizzula. I think Rizzula. Their main menu is about wine, but because my partner needs to drive, so I just ordered the beer. That beer also was nice. I tested a little bit. I'm not a beer person. Every beer I tasted before was bitter, but that one wasn't bitter. It was like more fruit flavor, and I said it was tropical flavor. Tropical flavor. More fruity, not like the beer. More like soft drink combined fruit juice. And for the plate, the chips, for the both chips, the chips also, it's not like the general McDonald's chips. The chips was um, fried deeper, more oily, and they have the onion and cheese as well. Onion and cheese mixed together. It's quite nice. And then for the plate, they have the lot of different stuff. Like they have three option of chips. Not options, just they just give you three cheese. Sorry, they have three different type of cheese, but all of that cheese are important. They are important cheese. So one cheese is look like that cheese was not much flavor, and even the appearance of that cheese is also quite plain, like plain stone. Anyway, so another cheese, the taste for me, I think and they also have the green color combined. So I think that was a chive cheese. That one was more flavor, and then there was another cheese. That cheese was more smaller, so it also was nice, but I don't know what that flavor it is. In general, we don't have much cheese. We don't eat much cheese because, in my opinion, cheese is not a very healthy diet because they are very fatty. So in general, I also don't buy them. And then three type of cheese and a small portion of some olives, pickle olives. Yeah, I had two. It was a little bit sour, for olives. I still remember one of my friend who loves olive. And then olive, three chips, and one. I don't know what's that one. It was a little bit sweet. I don't know what that is anyway. And then have some grapes, purple grapes, and then have some nuts, no cashew nuts. Nuts. Just suddenly forgot. I remember the Chinese name, but I forgot the English name. Oh, walnuts. Oh my god. Yeah. So some portion of walnuts. And, three type of chips and another sauce and olive and grapes and walnuts and then and dry apples. The dry apples not my favorite, not my taste. Dry apples. dried apples, and then two different types of bread. One is just general the like the vellum bread, and another was a bit crispy. Maybe it's also vellum bread. Yeah, so this bread and another portion of this one, very crispy, but I don't know what's that. It's very crispy stuff. Yeah, so this is along the plate and it has a different of stuff. How much was that? Chips was $9, I think $8 or $9, and then that plate was around $32. And then bills. So the final bill we paid was $59. Yeah, it's good. It's just like a snacks and bill, like a afternoon snacks. Okay, so back to the movie. Now those people they went to the forest, right? It's just temporarily got safe. But the problem is one female, one of the member, the circle member, she was getting infection. I think maybe it's by the snake stuff. So the poacher Jeff, he said, I had another boat. My boat was in another side, and I got the antibiotics. So others don't have choice. They just go with him. So now everyone was just rest in the lake, rest on the lake, and then the girl, he just washed a little bit of his leg, and then he was trying to drink a little bit of the lake water, and then the Jeff stopped her and said, these were just like kind of warned her that you can't drink it because, let's see what he said. 10 minutes. There's some insects, we can say insects in the lake as well, but in general you may think this is just a general insect. Okay, what is it? I need to see what the word. Paradise or what? Mantises. Okay, I found the word. He said this is a mantises. If you get infected, this mantises actually was getting infected already, then you will be like them. And this mantises, well, if you drink the water, they will went to your body, and you will get infected. And you will like them to just dying for the water, desperately for water. I think it's some kind of virus. So he stopped her to drink the water there. Now the guy, Jeff, he went to a hole which was near to a big tree, and he just put one of his arm in the hole. Is a tree or is a big hole, or is a stone hole? Okay, now his hand was climbing with a snake, so he just gave himself his arm as a bite for the snake. So now they are having their lunch. Jeff just have the raw snake meat just have the raw one, but the others they still cook it. So the circle leader, the guy took one that could meat to Jeff, and then Jeff rejected and gave him the raw one. And now Jeff his mouth still with bleed, not bleed, with the snake blood. It looks very terrible. But that guy can't have it. He felt vomit. I felt disgusting with that. Now Jeff was smiling to the phenomenon that all the birds flied away. Oh my god, there was a python, a big python. There was a big python on the way, just near to the tree. Oh, that tree, just those people were staying. There was a big python was coming. It's coming, and no one noticed. How terrible it is. They're eating snakes. Oh, fuck. Sorry, because the one member was grabbed by the snake suddenly, very quickly. So that's why I was. Ugh. It's very interesting that the snake just bite the guy. Just not really the bite, but put it in his mouth, hold it in his mouth, and then didn't eat. And he was trying to the dead python was trying to escape, but Jeff stopped, so he can't get the guy. So the python left. Another thing happened was one of the member, he got affected. I thought that mantises was just living in the water, but actually no. So one guy was suddenly get bite by the mantises, and the mantises also went to his body, went inside of his body. Definitely he got infected. But it doesn't. No, it's not very logical stuff. When they sit on the lake, and to wash themselves, there was so many the menses and no one get affected, and menses also didn't attack them. But suddenly when the pathing came and they were trying to leave and escape, right, there was a guy who just stayed standing there, kind of a bit nuts. Then he was just suddenly gets infected. No, suddenly get attacked by the menses. That makes sense here anyway. So right now the two ladies, they shared the chocolate and also shared the story. They're really pretty. Now Jeff is talking about the biggest, or we can say the values, the most valuable Python, which also is his target. He is talking about that Python to the new guy, to the new circle leader. We can say the circle leader is he's very greedy person. When he heard from Jeff that if you can get that Python, the most valuable Python, then you can be rich, and you could have money that spend for over the lifetime. So now he was making the inquiries regarding how to get it, and he wants to cooperate with Jeff to get the Python and to get rich. So at night they just stayed in the hall. Not hall, they just stay in the, how to say that, not hall. Trying to find the right English words. I can say in Mandarin, but I don't know how to say in English. Okay, I found it. It's cab. So they at night they stay in the cab, uh, which also was staying by the other porches before, because they can see some bones, some dead bones there. But Jeff said we can stay here. Is safe is because this place, this cave, is full with um what's this one? Let me have a look. What kind of medicine? The medicine that avoid snake to come. Hunters hunted here before, and they will spend the night there. Okay, that's it. What this one? How he called it? He said the snake repellent has been scattered around here. So it's snake repellent. Snake repellent. So that's why that cave is safe. Okay, 1 hour today. I'm very happy that I can do 1 hour. I thought I would be very tired, but I'm totally fine. Good night.